Hey there, welcome to Doing Things Dan's Way. So if your windshield wipers look like this in your C-Max, but then when the hood is up, water sprays nice and hard at the glass, well, what's going on? Why does it work when the hood's open but not closed? Well, I found the issue, and maybe this is what's going on with yours too. These hoses go down to this point right here, and if you look at that spot when I close the hood, this pinches off fairly tight. Turn it on and hold it on. Yeah, there's cracks in there. As you can see there, obviously there's a crack right in the seam. And when you open the hood, it closes the crack and allows the jets to work like normal. It's so frustrating. It took me quite a while to figure that out. I was so baffled. So, how do you fix this? Well, the problem is it's right in the middle of a curve. It's made of plastic, and these cars are getting to be 10 years old plus. And quite honestly, Ford cars, just the plastics in Fords just start to fail after about 10 years. It's just super common in my experience. So you could try and patch this, but this plastic is just exposed to the elements and it's just that old. So what I found is you can actually buy, it was only like $20. You can buy the entire cable assembly that goes all the way from the jets here, all the way down to the pump, which is right behind the fender here. So today what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and pull this whole piece out and just open this up enough to get to the pump side and get that all replaced. So to watch that, don't go away. This is Doing Things Dan's Way. So this factory original one includes everything all the way down to the little bit of foam that's wrapped around the pipe as it goes through this channel right here. That's even on there. So it kind of makes sense just to buy the Ford original part, and like I say, I'll have a link to this down below, and you can grab that. Now, since the pump and the tank itself are down in here under the wheel well, either you can take the whole fender off, which I'm not a huge fan of, or you can take the fender liner out, which requires you to remove the tire. We've got to go in through the liner, which means either we can try and turn the wheel and work around the wheel, or we can just pull the wheel off. For the sake of just the clarity of filming this, and this is a really tight wheel well, I'm going to go ahead and jack the car up and pull the tire. One of the problems with the Ford lug nuts, it is a steel lug nut that's wrapped in a decorative metal, and the steel inside can rust and bulge, and it gets to the point where a standard socket doesn't fit it anymore. So they do sell these sockets, which are flip sockets. They're like 18.5, 19.5, or 20 millimeter. So depending on how bulged the lug nuts are, you may have to use a half size. It might even have to just beat the socket on there and get it off, and then go ahead and replace it. So I'm going to be replacing the lug nuts as well while I'm doing the process here. As always, especially with specialty tools like this, I'll put links down below to them in case you need them. Okay, so to get the last one out, the whole thing just kind of fell out of here. So let's just walk it out carefully. Let's see what we got. Okay, so this is the tank. This whole shape right here. And here looks to be the outlet of it. So let's take a look at the hose that we bought and see what we need to remove. Okay, so on this end, these are the two jets that will go to the sprayers. Down, down, down. Somewhere in here is that sharp corner it's going to turn. This is that connection, which is right about here. Up inside goes to that tight spot, that foam I was talking about. And this is the part that's going to wrap around and end up, looks like this end here. There's a cap. That there needs to plug into right there. That's our hose to remove. Okay, so let's go back up top and get all of that removed. Okay, so looking at this end, it's just kind of a soft rubber tube that's goes there. So if it applies, we should be able to just pull off. Okay. Much better. Just grab it above the top of it, just kind of wind it around the corner. Okay, let me grab that panel removal tool and we'll go ahead and pop off all of these clips. Okay, so at this point, we need to undo this light fixture and probably these two bolts to loosen this area up. You have to be able to pass a hose through here. There's really no gap to be had. So let me just try and remove this one and see how far I get. Okay, I'm gonna have to remove these two. That's just a 10 millimeter. Everything's a 10 millimeter. So push down on the fender and lift up on the bulb to release a little clip that's here. And then you can just slide it out of the way enough. Try and get this hose up through. Okay. Okay, so now if this is loose here, we can go down underneath and see what we need to do. Okay, that really was the right tool for the job. That guy there, because he was able to go in between the pump and this hose and just pry it from both the left and the right side at the same time hastily. So the new one is right here. So we get it to go up and over. I think. Go. Plug it in, stop the leak here. Okay, now that's up. It's just went up over the top, and it snaps into the side of the tank right here. So right there, kind of snapped in. There's no clips or anything up there. It just kind of sits on top of this tank. So let's go back up top and see if we can dress that to look like the old one did. Okay, let's get the old one out of here. And start to get this one. So what I know is this foam needs to be right in this crack here. So I'm going to start with that, I feel like. Get right past that. Right like that. Push this back together. Kind of just traps it right there. It's not super tight, but it's not going to go anywhere. Now these clips. Now this is the part right here that failed on the last one. But it did make it, this is 2013 and it's 2024 now. So, I don't know if this car is going to be around 10 years or not. Hope so. But, I'll hold my breath. Hey, that looks great. Okay, well that takes care of that. My windshield is clean, and this sad broken piece, in fact it cracked in 3 places right there as it disintegrated. So when the hood was open, it worked, sprayers worked fine. When the hood was closed, all the water came out here, nothing came out. So that's why it just sputters when the hood's closed. So it's nice that everything is exactly where it's supposed to be, as opposed to just trying to throw your own thing together and putting clips on in places. This kind of was the right way to do it. So taking the tire off is probably the biggest pain, and getting up underneath there a little bit. But anyway, follow the techniques I used and you should be good to go. Hey, hit up these other videos here for other videos I've done on this Ford C-Max, all kinds of upgrades and replacements and stuff, because it's a Ford. Fix or replace daily. Until next time, guys, be blessed.